It's the Daily News. Good morning. While I always feel like yesterday, I'll be seven. This is the worst of the last time. Oh, what a morning we've got going on. We are at 18 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, 45 degrees right here in Fort Dodge. And we've got, such a train wreck waiting to happen. Our buddy Joe Denim, he's driving. You can't see his hand going like that across the steering wheel. He's on with us from our Thursday from Tennessee. Hey, what's up, my brother? What's going on this morning?
What's going on? Can you hear me good?
I can hear you fine. Did you just pull over so we could talk? Is that it?
No, I'm at my destination. I had to do 180 miles an hour to get here, and I'm on my Bluetooth Chevy device today. So go Chevy.
Go Chevy. Huh? Nothing runs like a deer.
Hey, and why isn't there John Deere yellow? There's John Deere green, but not John Deere yellow. My glasses are John Deere yellow. So
you brought that up last week that, because we were talking about Joe Diffie, of course, and John Deere green, and you said, well, the yellow is just as important. And I see you've got the John Deere yellow shades on today.
Yep, I run like a deer. Well, I don't run. Who am I kidding? Have you ever seen me run? No.
Yes, I did once. We were backstage up in Forest City, and somebody said, Joe, we're out of moonshine.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You hightailed it to your bus. Now, it wasn't a normal run like people would classify a run. It was a kind of hobble. You fell over twice, got up, brushed off the mud and the dirt, and then got in the bus. But it was an attempt.
I call that dancing, Darren. That was me dancing.
That's what it was.
Good. You look good in the hat, by the way.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I thought this morning, even before you came on, I thought, you know what? I just need to throw on the Joe Denim Truck Buddies hat so, people can't see it.
I'm going to have to sell a few more of those because I need to raise some money because I'll tell you what, watching those vice presidential debates last night, that's expensive. Look at that hat.
and to give the close-up view. Did you watch? I was going to ask you that. Did you watch the debate last night?
Yeah, I wish I didn't. I broke my TV. It cost me $1,281.
Wow. You must have at least a 25-inch TV.
It's a 25-inch TV, and I took the fly swatter to it, and for about 2 minutes, I kept swatting my TV because I thought there was a fly on the TV.
Oh, yeah. No, it was in a different location.
I was like, what? There's a fly on my TV. But yeah, finally, I had to get a new TV. But yeah, that's some stuff right there, huh?
In case you missed the vice presidential debates last night, now it's, of course, Senator Kamala Harris, and Mike Pence, vice president. Mike Pence, for a while, had a fly literally stuck to his head. And I tell you what, I appreciate the vice president not doing anything about it because, if he went like this, the entire national media would have said, oh, he's making fun of what Senator Harris is saying, or he's being very disrespectful. He just sat there and took it. And you know how much you work outside. You don't want a bug is crawling on you. It drives you insane. And he sat there like a man and took it.
I've had squirrels in my hair and didn't know it, So I mean, he's an Indiana boy. Pence is an Indiana guy. I'm an Indiana guy. So I understand. I mean, you just sometimes just got to let the fly do its thing.
Let it happen, man. Here's the thing. I was watching that, and it was hard to listen to what he was saying when you're concentrating on the fly. But the thought went through my head as well. At least there's not two flies there, and it's not mating season. So
can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's funny. Hey, by the way, speaking of two flies mating season, I for a crowd of people in Arizona last week, I mentioned you, and I literally I played just me and a piano. I played Star Kissed last week for you.
No way.
The crowd went nuts. I'm telling you, it's a hit.
Dude, you know what? You need to get A1. And I asked her, I gave her the link, said, you can pop on with us here, I'm telling her, and she's your manager, she's the boss, but that thing's got playing power, I'm telling you.
Well, I think we're gonna chase Long Neck with it. And Long Neck went over great, man. They were singing the chorus. So I don't know if you get radio play from K97 in Arizona, but it's like they heard it before. So
well, of course, we got a lot of snowbirds down there that go down in usually mid-July.
It's a big needle you got there if you're hitting Arizona from Iowa.
You better believe it, man. World Wide Web. And I know you were driving, so you probably weren't able to listen unless you were listening through your Bluetooth. But we started the 9 o'clock hour with Let's All Get a Long Neck.
Nice.
So we got some spin time going on. I tell you, I play that quite often. I get a lot of requests for it. And it's a popular tune, man. It's working, and you need to follow it up with the B-side. Now, anybody who is not old enough to remember what the B-side is, you know what I'm talking about. And
well, this would be a D-side. I think we call it a D-side because they don't know.
Oh, because it's a square one. I got you.
It's a D-side, yeah.
Come back with Star Kiss, man. That's a great tune. It's a great tune.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they loved it. They laughed, and there was one lady came up to me. She said, "Well, what do I get to be, the blonde or the whale?"
See, when people are not trying to be too politically correct, which is just a sad, I'm going to call it flat out what it is. It's a sad virus in our society nowadays. It really is. You talk about the COVID-19 virus, political correctness to the extreme that it's gone to, and I'm not saying there shouldn't be some, but to the extreme that it's gone to, is another sad virus going on. So when you've got an audience like you did down in Arizona that can just go, hey, you know what? It's all in fun. That's hilarious, and enjoy it. That's what it's all about, man.
Well, that's what we saw out there, and we saw a reset button of people going, look, we've all been through a lot. We want to come out. We want to just be around other people. We want to laugh, and they laughed. They had so much fun. So honestly, this might be a big reset button for them. So I hope it is. I'm meeting up with my buddy Rodney Carrington at the end of this month here in Nashville, and I was talking to him yesterday, and he said that he's doing some shows at half capacity. He said that it's the smallest shows he's ever done. He said, there's less than 100, 200 people there. He said, I feel like I'm just, performing at a birthday party. So I told him, I said, why don't you get a guy on the side of the stage just to make little wiener dog balloons and hand out,
Why not, man? Yeah, put a little clown paint on and just straight, ooh, that's a balloon circle. There you go.
That's a balloon with no legs and two big ears. Okay, cool. Anyway, he was saying the same thing. He was like, look, people are just ready to laugh. They're ready to get back to, having fun. So this might be a big reset for us. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Now you need to get Rodney on the morning train on our Thursday from Tennessee, even if it's on a Monday or Tuesday. You get him on with us, man. I have never been with the two of you together. I cannot. I will probably just shut my mic off and let you guys just go to town.
Well, if this is any indication, when I get done having a normal phone conversation with him, the inside of my cheeks hurt for about an hour. He just can't. He doesn't shut it off. He's the same off stage as the on stage, and he is absolutely probably just one of the funniest guys I've ever met. So yeah.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he's built his reputation on that, obviously. And you two, of course, on the cover of the Field and Stream, the cover song that you did, great song. And I will harken back to a couple of months ago when you were getting ready to do this gig like we do every week, and I messaged you and said, well, hey, just making sure we're on today. You said, yeah, this was 5 o'clock in the morning. You said, yeah, what time are we on? And I said around 8:30. You said, great. Yeah, I'm still out with Rodney Carrington at 5 in the morning. So
smoking cigars and, putting a dent in the Jack Daniels. That's what we did.
Lynchburg loved you guys that night, right?
Lynchburg's our friend. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I got to talk about this because, and we can get back to the vice presidential debate if you want to. I mean, that's totally up to you. But I got to bring this up because I know this guy and I know you know him better. Mm-hmm. What is going on with Morgan Wallen? Why is he out of control, man? In case people don't know, he was slated to be on Saturday Night Live this Saturday. Mm-hmm. They have removed him from the lineup. Part of the reason why, or I guess mainly the reason why, is he's just kind of, you talk about you and Rodney until 5 in the morning. The thing about you and Rodney is there's not much of a crowd around you guys because nobody cares. But when it comes to Morgan, he went to a college party and originally had his mask on and then took his mask off and he's videotaped like making out with 20 plus different college girls. So much for the social distancing. Did he not remember the Chase Rice situation a couple months ago?
Yeah, I think what it is listen, everything has become so, how should I say, white bread. And, the labels and everything and management are just on everybody just to be squeaky clean. But this is his moment of, stealing the horse. This is the Kenny Chesney moment for him. And look at how much press we're talking about. And right, wrong, or indifferent, I think he's pretty lubed up. I mean, he's definitely on the Jack and Jim train, but he's just out there raising Cain right now. So,
well, I get he's probably a little stir crazy. As you pointed out, you guys as artists are looking to get out.
Look, you take somebody that is used to working 200 days a year playing music. There's no outlet right now, so you're going to see a lot of people going crazy. And if making out with 20 girls in a night, I mean, anyway,
but things could be worse, right?
I mean, things could be worse, But I think that the Saturday Night Live, doing that deal, it's like, come on, now we know all those guys too. I mean, the video cameras just aren't on at their parties. They're just as crazy as the rest of us.
Oh,
so
yeah. You're going to tell me
he's going to get, he'll get more press out of this than anything,
You're going to tell me that Lorne Michaels isn't really a party animal by any stretch?
Let's see. John Belushi, Chris Farley, Norm Macdonald? Who's the other one that? No, what was the other guy that's no longer with us? I mean, that whole cast of characters is absolutely crazy. So, I mean,
everyone.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
Can you imagine going back to the beginning of that, to get off on a different topic like we always do, going back to the beginning of that when it was the not ready for primetime players, and it was Bill Murray, and Chevy Chase, Belushi, Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner, all those incredible artists. Those guys were, all of them. Sadly, John Belushi lost his life, but they were all completely out of control.
Out of control, and it just shows that it's exactly what we're talking about. You want to talk about being too politically correct? Okay, those guys did everything that are comparable to a zoo animal, and they were like on every night, and that's on set. And then we got a guy that's making out with girls at a college. They're like, you can't come on our show. It's like, what?
Comparable to a zoo animal during fly mating season. Exactly right.
Exactly. With those little blue pills at the zoo.
Well, God bless him. I did notice, though, in some of the videos that I watched of him, because there was all kinds of cameras obviously being videotaping his escapades and his adventures while he was out at this college party. And I did notice that he had a hat on. I think maybe Morgan needs to take some of the big dollars he's earning now and buy some mullet wax, because it looked more out of control than your hair, and that's tough to do.
Little frazzled. But what's in your mullet? I think everybody needs to loosen up. I'll tell you this: I'm not watching Saturday Night Live. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that this weekend. So. Well,
no, because they removed him. There was, again, it's the political correctness. For me, my perspective on this man is that he is much more in the public eye than I am or than you are. Well, maybe not you. You're pretty up there, but he's definitely much more in the public eye than I am. And I know the scrutiny that at our level we are under when it comes to, the COVID situation and masking and the whole works. And I go back to the Chase Rice situation from a few months ago, where all he did is come out and do a performance, and people were busting on him because there was, all these thousands of people around, and he didn't wear a mask, and they weren't wearing masks, and so forth and so on. He needs to just be a little more cognizant of, right now you are under a microscope because of your extremely high celebrity status. And maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's just like, you know what? Here, 2 fingers up to you both, right there. I can't get them both in. I don't know why.
I think he has that. I think he has that weird mentality of that everybody's a grown up, and they should be able to conduct themselves and handle themselves correctly. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't making out with 20 college chicks, But
no,
hey, if that's what he wants to do, then fire away.
But you were making out with some college mascots, a collie and a goat, things like that.
Listen. Those mascots were asking for it, and
and what happens with a mascot stays with a mascot.
What happens between a mascot and me? Hey, I can't tell you now. I'll tell you next week. But I have an amazing mascot story. That happened up in the Midwest. No, the East. We're in the East. Yeah. Remind me to tell you about the mascot.
He was somewhere on the global world, folks. Somewhere. He's not sure where, but it was somewhere.
Let's just say that I stole a very important hockey mascot. Apparently, according to the police report, it was an $8,500 mascot suit. We met the cops the next morning.
Oh,
I'll tell you about it. Yeah.
no, you did not.
Oh yeah, we did.
All right.
There's video of it.
Next week we want the full story, man.
I'll give you the full story next week.
Next week. Hey, speaking of, I got to tell you this story because this was something that I was talking to a coworker about just earlier this week because they'd never heard the story. This was about 10 years ago, happened right here in Iowa, right? Mm-hmm. So a couple of guys who lived in New York, that grew up in New York, they were New Yorkers. They were coming to Iowa to go to college. And they decided, man, we want to do something that is very Iowa-like. So they wanted to go deer hunting. Now, I know you as a hunter, you're going to appreciate this. True story. They went out deer hunting. They saw a deer. They shot it. They were ecstatic. They knew what to do. They loaded this thing on the hood of their car. They're driving down the road so proud that they shot a deer, right? They got their tags. They got their license. They did it all legal. All of a sudden, as they're driving, they see lights in the rearview mirror. So they pull over, and the sheriff gets out, and they're excited. They're telling the sheriff, hey, we're from New York. We're just here starting college. We wanted to go deer hunting. We shot this deer. Wrong. They shot a cow's prize or a farmer's prize calf because they didn't know what a deer looked like. And they strapped this poor calf to the hood of this car because they thought it was a deer they just shot. Wow.
So they were basically decaffeinated.
And much more than that after that. The farmer was not happy.
That's $1,200 right there. I'm going to send you a video. I swear to you. Last night I went out for the first time last night, sat in my tree stand 12 feet up in the air. And I have this really interesting tree stand this year. And it's it looks like a spaceship, and it's a 360 windows around. It's a great hunting blind. And I was sitting 12 feet up in this thing, and I'm in a cow pasture. And I'll send you video of this. And this black Angus cow came up to my stand and started rubbing his head on the deer stand legs, like where I'm sitting 12 feet in the air, and this thing is moving me back and forth. And I literally had to stand up and walk outside the blind and yell at him to leave me alone. And he took off running. But they're hilarious. But yeah, I've never been drunk enough to mistake a cow for a deer, but I can see it happening, I guess.
Well, apparently these guys were not even drunk. They just had never seen a deer before. They just knew they wanted to do something like Iowans do and go deer hunting.
I'll send you the video. You can post it. I actually mooed at this cow. It was hilarious. We were having a good conversation. So
you and a cow, what better conversation could there be? Can't wait to see it. Hey, brother, I know you got to get going. You got backstage backyard still going on. That's still happening?
We're killing it. I'll give you an update next week. But yeah, we're booked through the end of the year now. So the guys are on it, and I'm going to drop in and just say hello and see what they're doing.
Hey, one more thing before we let you go. Speaking of A1, Amanda, she wanted us to mention that during the holiday season, you are available for private parties. So anybody who's got a kid's birthday party going on, Joe is not the guy for that. But
not the guy. We had someone call us and ask us to do a wedding, and I'm like, I don't do weddings, but I'll do a divorce, So A1 gave them a 2-for-1. They said, we'll play your wedding, but we'll also play your divorce for the same price. So we'll see how that goes. But
how about
speaking
that?
of, let's come up and do some Christmas parties up there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's get it going. So to get in touch with A1 and book you, how does that whole thing work? Want to let people know?
I think they need to go to joedenim.com or on Facebook at Joe Denim and hit her up there, send her a message. We should give out her phone number, shouldn't we?
Oh.
We won't do that to her. But no, you just joedenim.com, joedenim.net. You can find us on Instagram at The Real Joe Denim. But just go on Facebook and send us a message, and we'll come play your party.
If you were to ever, while we do our segment here, look, by the way, Kim says, hey guys, I think I need some shades and I definitely need a long neck already. Hey, yes. that can work. That can work. If you were to ever on our segment right here, give out A1's phone number, I am going into witness protection. Just so you know.
Gosh, I mean, you talk about, a New Yorker shooting a cow, we'd both be filleted and field dressed right there.
Yeah, hiding in a cave in the hills of Afghanistan wouldn't be far enough away, man. She would find us somehow, some way.
But at least we'd be primed to wear our masks over there.
Oh,
okay.
But hey, brother, have a great time today. It looks like you got some nice weather behind you. I can see in your pickup truck there, your Chevy.
Yeah,
Looks like you got some great weather going on. We got unseasonably great weather going on this week here in Iowa. We've been in the 70s all week, going to be in the 80s tomorrow, and through the weekend, then back down to our 50s and 60s level for this time of the year. But it's been very, very nice.
I love it. Well, let's do it next week. I'll tell you the mascot story next week, and let's all get along, Nick.
Let's all get along, Nick, man. Stay safe, brother. I'll hear from you soon.
Right.
Don't forget to send me that video of you and the cow.
You got it. I'll send it right now.
And the tree stand. Better throw that in at the end. You and the cow doesn't sound real good.
I knew what you meant. It doesn't matter if anybody else did. I knew what you meant.
But if somebody's tuning in right now, they're going, "Oh, okay, Joe Denim and a cow. That ought to be good." Anyway.
Hey, it's USDA choice meat. Don't knock it until you've massaged it.
And he's talking about the cow. He's talking about the cow, just so you know.
I've got to go.
See you, my brother. Love you, man.
See you. Love you back.
Our buddy Joe Denim, just like always, man, out of control as we are. Yeah, that's just kind of how we do. We don't know what we're going to talk about. We have no clue. We just know that it's always going to be fun. It's always going to be a lot of laughs. So thank you for joining us, as you always do on that Thursday from Tennessee. Next week, I can't wait to hear the mascot story. So make sure you're with us for that as well. Hey, on the way, I've got some Matt Stell for you. Stay right here on the morning train. It rolls only on Iowa's favorite country, K97.